Hey everybody, in this video series, I'm going through every free widget in the Elementor theme and page builder. I believe Elementor is the best page builder on the market, and I use it in my full-time job and in my freelancing. If you want to download Elementor, free or paid, visit the link in the description of this video. It is an affiliate link, so I do get a small commission at no extra cost to you. So if you do choose to buy Elementor from my link, thank you for supporting the channel. Then make sure to come back here to learn more about Elementor, Divi, and other web design tools on this YouTube channel. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. Let's get started. In this video, I'm going to do a deep dive on the image widget. This is a very versatile widget, so let's get started. I'm going to go to this left sidebar and go to Image. Just drag that anywhere on the page. Now this is pretty big, so let's go to Style and just change the width a bit to maybe 50% of that size. Now back to content. Here is where we can change what image we present. So if we just click on it, we can go through all of our images and select any one we want. I will add these flamingos. So now we have these flamingos. Right under it, we'll see our image size. Now, right now, it's about 1,000 pixels by 1,000 pixels. If we do a thumbnail instead, it'll be much grainier, and we won't really be able to see it as well. So that's why oftentimes people use the full image, so that when we scroll in, we can really see that it is a very well-defined image. But really, we don't need to display more pixels than will actually show on the site. So for this, I'll just do a large image. This tends to help with loading speed, but if you are not sure about how to do this, I would just make sure that it looks like a clear image and you should be all set. And then download a plugin like Smush that will make your images smaller files so that these large images don't slow down your entire site. Next, we have our alignment. So I can do my alignment to the left, middle, or right. Let's keep it in the middle for this. And then I can add a caption. We can do our attachment caption, but I don't believe I have one for this image. So let's do a custom caption. And this image is not by me, but I will say by Nathan Mins. And then we can link this to the media file. So when we click on it, it'll default with the lightbox to open up like this. Or we can go to a custom URL. We can put in anything we want here. If I want this to go to my About page, we can put in my About page right there. When we go to media file, we'll see this lightbox option, and we can either see the default right now is yes, or we can just say no, but it'll still link to the media file. So now if this was the live site, if I click on this, it'll link out to a new page that only has this image on it. Next, let's go to Style, and this is really where the bulk of all of our options are. Right now, we set our width by percentage. We can also set it by pixels or view width. I'm going to keep it at percentage, though, right at 50. And then height, this is a pretty important one as well. The option sort of hides from you. So right now, you may think, why do I need the height? I already have the width set. Well, let's say you have multiple images like this. And then now let's make these 100%. And now I'll paste the style here. So let's just go to this picture and change this to a picture of this man on the wall. We can see now that these are not the same size. Now, if we go to Style and we set this height to, let's say, 300 pixels, we'll see that this is now stretched just a little bit. But we see the object fit comes up right here. Now we have the option to fill this area, which is what we just had. Then we can cover the area, so this is no longer stretched. Or we can contain in that area. This gives a weird gap on the top and bottom, but does show the whole image. I generally prefer cover for this example. And then the great part of this is that if we go over to this flamingo and go to Style, and we set the height as 300 pixels, we can see that it's sort of elongated. But if we go to the object fit and hit cover, then now these two will always be the same size and they aren't stretched out. Let's go back to this flamingo. So we'll just be working with the middle flamingo now. And we can change opacity to make it lighter so we can see through the image a little bit more. But I want this to be full opacity so we can't see through it. And then we have CSS filters. These are pretty cool, but use them sparingly. We can really change how this looks. So if we make this just black and white, so the saturation is totally down, then we can go on hover and we can say we still want full opacity, which we will have. And then let's change the CSS filter to normal saturation. So when we hover on it, it looks normal now. And let's change the hue just for demonstration to right here. Now when we hover over it, it's going to be a totally different color. I can make this transition duration 3 seconds. So now when I hover on it, we can see it go through all of these options. This is pretty cool. I haven't really found that many times that I can really use this in practice, but it's pretty cool. We can also set hover animation. So let's say it can pulse grow. And we can set a border here. So let's say our border is 20 pixels. That's quite a lot, but we can still do that. When we go down, we can set color of this border as well. We set the saturation earlier up. So let's take off all these CSS filters. And then, oh, that was just on hover. So let's do it on the normal as well. Or we can see our border right here. And we can change that to whatever color we'd like. Our transition is still set on 3 seconds. So that's why this is moving somewhat slowly. And then we can set a border radius of, let's say, 40 pixels. So we can see that sort of adjusts right there. Then we have our caption. We can change what color this is. We can make it red or whatever other color we would like it to be. We can change this background color of just the caption. Would usually, if this was a square image, choose something maybe right here. And then we can change the typography. So right now it's railway. But let's try this one. This looks like a cool font. And then we can add some text shadow if we really want to, and we can change the spacing from the image. Nothing really in advanced matters too much here. This is all the same as every other element. Hopefully you learned something through this image tutorial. All of the intricacies of the image widget are very important while you're building your site. If you have any other questions, leave a comment below, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this one. If you want to learn more about Elementor, click the links in the description, and you'll also love this custom playlist I've put together just for you that puts together all of the videos in this series, each one taking a deep dive on each free widget in Elementor. Thanks for watching.